Just over a year ago, Cyclone Alfred smashed into the Gold Coast. No power, no lights, everything just stopped. Now you see behind me, I'm here on the Gold Coast at the moment looking over the water, and there's a massive storm brewing. Similar effect happened back then. Storm came in, power went out, had nothing that I could use. Now, I've got the Bluetti Elite 300. Because with this, guys, now I'm not worried about being the same way again. You see, you may rely on power, but it can always go down. What happens if it does? What do? And if you're like me, you deal with storms and power outages, love to travel, camp, use an RV, or just want proper backup generated power at home without going to a full generator setup, this gets very interesting very, very quickly. And as you can see, I've got it just here as well. You can see it's working at the moment. Hey everyone, I'm Andy from MrYouWho, and today we're looking at the Bluetti Elite 300 portable power station. For the last little while, it's been my bigger capacity, don't worry about it box between my apartment and the beach, my parents' place, the RV, camping at the beach, filming on the Gold Coast, and this video, guys, I'm going to show you what it is. What's in the box, how I've been using it, how fast it charges, what the app is like, where it fits, the bits I like, and why I think you need this. Now again, at MrYouWho, we actually use this out and about, so you're going to see us using it in real life situations. We don't sit in the studio, so you can make an informed decision about whether you want it. Now guys, if you wish to purchase this, there's links below. Any purchase you make, support the channel, and make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out all our other videos. So let's start with the unboxing. The first surprise of the Bluetti Elite 300 is the size. For a 3014 watt power station, it's not the giant block you might expect. Bluetti has been leaning hard on the fact that it's the world's smallest 3 kilowatt power station. And once you actually get your hands on it, you can see why it matters. It still weighs about 26.3 kilos, so let's be clear, it's not a one-hand carry. It's not some tiny little weekend power bank. But for the amount of energy you're getting here, it is impressively compact. Out of the box, you've got the main unit, the cables, and the usual paperwork. But the main thing that hits you, it feels dense rather than oversized. It looks clean, squared off, practical, and much easier to live with than a lot of larger capacity stations that start getting awkward the moment you want to move them around. And around the front, as you can see there, you've got the USB-A ports, your two USB-C ports, the cigarette lighter port, and the 12 watt 30A DC output. So straight away, the Bluetti Elite 300 is set for a mix of normal home stuff, camera gear, laptops, phones, and then those RV or car-based appliances as well. The other thing I noticed straight away is that this is clearly trying to be more than just a big battery box. It's meant to sit somewhere between home backup and portable use. So yes, you've got the big capacity at 3014.4 watts, but you've also got enough port flexibility that you can actually use it day to day without constantly reaching for adapters or workarounds. Now on the back is where the charging side comes in. You've got 2300 watt AC input, up to 1200 solar input, and up to 2400 watt combined AC plus DC input. Bluetti said you get it to 80% in about 1.6 hours off the wall, and that's a big part of the story here. Because you're talking about a battery this size, fast charging matters. You don't want a situation where the weather turns ugly, you know outages are possible, you need half a day just to get the thing ready. And to start with guys, this is how easy it is. So literally I've got a speaker here, I want to charge, I can plug it into the AC output like this, plug it into my speaker, and you've got power straight away. It is so easy to use. So there we are. So charging straight away. I could also charge my headphones by using the USB-C output. Again, get the cable, pop it in, plug it in, and you're away straight away. So it is so easy to be able to use it. Press the AC, and you can see we're charging there straight away. I mean, how easy is that? Now, one of the ways I've been thinking about the Bluetti Elite 300 is like this. If the smaller units are your quick grab-and-go battery, this one is you take it when you want more confidence, more runtime, more flexibility, more, I'm not going to be thinking about this every 5 minutes. So start with guys, I'm going to duck across the RV first, because that's one of my favorite use cases for something like this. As a family, we use the RV a lot, and one of the constant battles when you're traveling is power. Not just charging your phone, but actually running things comfortably. Fridges, appliances, camera gear, laptops, bits and pieces that make the whole trip easier. Let's go up with the Bluetti Elite 300 in there and see how it works. Okay, the one thing I do a lot with the family is camping in the RV. And here we've got the RV at the moment. We're here and we're set up the Bluetti Elite 300. Now what I'll do is I want to start by putting on the kettle and also the toaster to see how it goes. Let's do it really quickly. So let's turn it on. Turn on there. Turn on the AC. We've got the water boiling. Turn on the toaster. And there you go. So we're using 2635 AC output. Still 59 minutes left to do the toaster and also the kettle. You can also use the microwave here. Use the television. It's fantastic for any RV or camping, great power backup. And it can also charge for you the actual RV battery as well using the 12 volt there. So it's great. So you can see at the RV, it made a lot of sense, didn't it? With 2400 watt continuous output, in your territory, this is not just little gadgets. You can run proper appliances. As you saw, we did the kettle, microwave, fridge, laptop chargers, the whole bit. And because it has 4800 watt lifting mode, it's also designed to better deal with those bigger, more demanding loads that would trip up smaller units. So as you can see, guys, when I switch it on as well, you can see it's very simple. Power on, plug and go. That's something I always appreciate with power stations. If you need 10 minutes diving through settings every time you want to boil a kettle, it starts becoming a chore. The Bluetti 300 doesn't feel like that. It feels much more like it. Put it where you need it and turn it on. And for RV life, the port mix is actually one of the best parts. The 12 volt 30A DC output is handy. The cigarette light port is handy as well. And the AC means you can treat it much more like a proper mobile power source rather than a glorified phone charger. If you're an RV, camper setup, or even just doing longer trips, this is perfect. And we know in Australia, we do lots of those different types of trips as well. Now, one of the things I really like as well, that even though this is a much bigger capacity unit rather than a 1 kilowatt class battery, it still feels self-contained and manageable. It's not hardwired, it's not permanent, and it's not a huge generator setup. You literally just pick it up, move it, reposition it, and use it whenever you want, which is great as well. Next use case for me is outdoors as well. Now, if you know the channel, I'm always between the apartment, my house, my parents' place, the beach, RV, and filming all over the place. So one of the things I hate is running out of power when I'm shooting. Camera batteries, lights, tables, speakers, microphones, the whole bit. This is where something like the Bluetti Elite 300 gets really useful. So let's go and run across now and do that just now. Okay, so just turn the television on. Now, as you can see on the Bluetti Elite 300 there, it's saying you've got 9.4 hours of television time left using the battery as well, which is great. It just shows how effective it is for different appliances too. So we can watch our 65-inch television while the power is out and enjoy the entertainment. As you can see, it's switching on just there. So yeah, it's great. Also, the other thing I love as well is, as you can see, I've got it plugged in here and it's working my 2 computer monitors, charging my Mac, and also doing my desk lamp as well. You can see there it is just there. So there it is plugged in through just that one plug. So it can power your computer as well. And how long is it saying it's going to go for? It's going for 1.3 days. It could power my whole computer as well. So you can work wherever you want as well. It really is good. So here I'm in the kitchen of my parents' house, and I want to test how well the Bluetti Elite 300 works. Say if the power was off and you want to go and use some kitchen appliances. Well, you can see I've got the Bluetti just here. We turn it on. Now I've already got my smartwatch plugged in here through the USB-C cable. I've got the toaster here and the kettle. So let's put both of those on and see what happens with it. And you can see there's a display there. So toaster's gone on. You can see the AC output's gone up, and we put that on as well. Now you can see straight away the output's gone up. So the toast is cooking, the water's boiling, and it's doing it easy. So it's got 58 minutes left on the battery, but that's with output of 2 devices. Now coming back to home, this is where things get even more interesting, because this is a side of portable power that matters to more and more Australians. We do get blackouts, we get storms, like we've got behind me at the moment, and last year when the cyclone came through, being without power for 3 days really changed perspective. Suddenly backup power stops being a cool gadget and starts becoming something truly practical. And that's where the Bluetti Elite 300's UPS function is a great big deal. Bluetti says it has a switching time of 10 milliseconds. So you get your PC, modem, router, NAS, or other important gear plugged in. It's fast enough to keep those essentials running without interruption. For someone who works from home, that matters a lot of workflow protection. That is internet protection, that's being able to keep functioning when the lights go out. On that point now, guys, let's go and look at my parents' house where I've used it to power some appliances and come back to you and get your thoughts. As you can see, I've got it set up here in the living area, and look at the device for charging. We've got the microphone, the batteries, the gimbal that I use to film, and it's charging it all with no issues at all. So very, very flexible. We've got the different power points you've got as well. So easy just to plug in whatever you need with whatever cable you've got. So really good. As you can see, it works really well at my parents' place. But now let's talk about charging. That's one of the headline features. Bluetti says up to 2,300 watt AC charging from the wall, up to 1,200 watt solar, up to 2,400 watt combined AC plus DC. For a battery this size, that's exactly what you want. Big batteries, but if they take forever to refill, it doesn't work. Bluetti 300 is sitting at home. As part of your storm prep or backup setup, being able to plug it in and get backup quickly is a huge deal. And now I also charge it at my sister's place. We've now got solar there through a project we did, so we actually get free power from it. And solar matters as well, because this is where it starts fitting into a wider off-grid or backup picture. The fact you can feed up to 1,200 watts of solar in gives it a lot more flexibility than a lot of smaller weekend style power stations. Now I want to go now and show you at my sister's place where I plugged in a couple of times and used some different appliances. As you can see, even being outdoors, there's so many different things you can plug in Currently I'm charging 2 batteries, my earbuds, my microphone for my headphones, and I can do this when I'm out and about, so you can work from home, work out in place, and have your office wherever you go using a battery. And there's so much charge in there too. If you have a look, that's got 3.1 days. I could run all those on there as well, so it's very, very good. So again, flexibility, guys. As you can see, no matter where you use it, it works quite well. Now, from an everyday point of view, Bluetti's app lets you connect over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, monitor battery level, input and output, and go into settings without needing to stand right next to the unit the whole time. You can switch between active or sleep modes, and schedule devices or appliances turn off automatically, which is actually pretty useful if you're thinking about backup power or more fixed use cases. Now you can see I've set the Bluetti Elite 300 in the kitchen. I've also got the app working just here. Now what I want to do is go and turn on some device to see how it actually changes it. So at the moment, we don't have anything plugged in. So I'm going to start by plugging in the air fryer and turning it on. Do the rice cooker here too, and turn that on, comes on. I'm also going to plug in the speaker I've got just here. I'm also going to plug in my JBL headphones here as well. Now as you can see, turn the screen on, it does it all very, very easily. So it drops it down to 56 minutes. On the app, you can see it's using 2.5 kilowatts on there, and it's got, as you say, 88% left on the battery, or 56 minutes left with that load. Now, it gives you time rating on the battery. You can go and have a look at some of the key features. For example, you can look at, how much energy it's used through using the app. You can look at the energy statistics for the app. You can see how much it's used, how much power it's used to date. As you can see, it's updating there just now. So that's the power we've used today. As you can see, it gives a bit of a summary about it. And this is updated from the cloud as well. It's not pulling that much on a DC, which is good. That's why there's not a lot on there, but it actually is charging. Now, the other thing with the app as well is it becomes your whole, be able to use it. So you can check your network settings. You can go through and look at the guide. You can do connection mode through cloud or Bluetooth. You can do how much carbon emission factors you've saved if you're actually using solar. Set your location. You can also change the extreme weather alerts too. So if it lets you know extreme weather's on, it can warn you. Different charging modes as well if you want to go for eco or silent. But yeah, that's the app. Battery chemistry here is LiFePO4, and Bluetti rates it for 6,000 plus cycles. Now that's a strong number, and it matters because if you spend this kind of money on a portable station, guys, you don't want it feeling disposable. You want something you can use for years. Storms, camping, RV trips, setups, emergencies, the whole bit. You want to feel like a proper long-term bit of kit. And the 5-year warranty, that also helps your confidence as well. So guys, a couple of things as well. So what do I generally like and what's not perfect? Likes first. The obvious one is the balance of size to power. That is a headline, 3014.4 watt hour and 2400 watts, and a unit that is still realistically movable is a strong combination. The second thing is the output. This is a proper appliance territory and not just gadget charging. The third thing is the fast charging. A battery this size needs to charge quickly to be practical, and this one does. The fourth is UPS functionality. Because for home backup and work from home life, that is a genuinely useful feature. Then there's the overall versatility. Home, beach, camping, storms. The Bluetti Elite 300 fits a lot of different jobs. Guys, on a not so perfect side, it's still 26.3 kilos. So yes, it's compact, but I won't pretend it's not light. You're not hiking with this. You're carrying it from the house to the car to the RV to the campsite, or moving around the apartment or garage. That's what it is, but it's worth saying it clearly. The other thing once you know is once you get into the capacity and output class, you start thinking more seriously about what actually you need. If all you ever want is to charge phones and run a laptop for a bit, this is obviously overkill. This is for people who want something more runtime, more appliance support, and more backup confidence. That being said though, you never know when you can need more power as well. And because you've got the multiple ports here, you can use so many at once. As you saw in my tests before, you can plug so many things in and it works. So overall for me, the way I live, between Brisbane and Gold Coast, using the RV, camping, filming at the beach, using it in my apartment and at my parents' place, and thinking a lot more seriously about outages after the cyclone and the current storm, the Bluetti Elite 300 fits in real nicely. It gives me the kind of capacity and output that makes a difference, but without going all the way into bulky generator territory. And honestly, that's a big takeaway. The Bluetti 300 feels like a proper high capacity power station that is realistic to live with. Not tiny, not feather light, but much easier to move and use than most people would expect from a 3 kilowatt per hour unit. It's a sort of unit that gives my peace of mind, because I'm not just thinking about one use case, it can actually move between all those jobs and be useful in all of them. So guys, if you want something for serious home backup, RV life, storm prep, or off-grid use, and you want more confidence in the small units can give you, Bluetti Elite 300 is an interesting bit of kit. If you wish to purchase these again, guys, check out links in the description below. Anything you do supports the channel. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click notification. All your support helps me bring real world reviews. And the more support you can provide, it gives me more time to get out there and actually show these in real life, which is what I need to do. I don't sit behind at the studio, I actually use it out and about. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, I'm gonna go and rest now from the storm outside. It's Andy from MrYouWho, and I'll see you in the next one.